Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be walking you through Pixlr. This is a photo editing software that we're going to be using in class. And most importantly, we're going to be using it for the drink project today, but it can also be used in other projects. Now, when you go to pixlr.com, you get two options. One is advanced Pixlr, one is playful Pixlr. We're going to work out of playful. It's the more basic options, and we really don't need a ton of tools. So I'm just going to be focusing on the playful one because I don't need as many advanced features. Now, when you guys click playful, it's going to open you up to their home screen, and you're going to see some stuff that I've already been working on, but I'm going to show you what this would look like from the beginning. Now, you guys can start from scratch if you want. You can open an already existing image that you have saved to your computer, and you also can load by URL. I would suggest loading by URL, and all that means is you are going to the internet and finding images that you want to be using. Now, for this video, I went ahead and pre-searched a bunch of images just to make it a little bit faster. My tip, when you guys are looking for images, I would choose images that are already pretty basic and don't have a lot going on in the background and don't have a lot going on the bottle itself. It's just less for you to edit. So I like this image here. Now it's important to note you have to physically click the image, then right click and copy image address. This is the link that Pixlr needs in order to load your image onto their program. So I'm going to copy image address. I'm going to head back over to Pixlr. I'm going to say load URL, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. Okay, so this is the image that I'm going to be working with. Now, before we get started, I just want to point out some basic stuff. On the left-hand side, you have the tools. On the right-hand side, you're going to have the zoom option, as well as any layers that you're working on. And layers are just basically like pieces of paper that are transparent. So as you add stuff onto your image, it just creates a layering effect. Okay, so everything you add on, whether it's text or another image, they just sit on top of each other. Down at the bottom, you're going to have undo, redo, and then you can either save or close your image. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to walk through some of these. Some of them I'm not even going to really touch on, but others I'm going to focus on. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve. I'm just showing you guys the basic stuff. So the first button allows you guys to resize the image or the canvas. So the image itself or the canvas it's sitting on, you can rotate the image, you can flip the image, you can even add like a background color on when we get there. You have the arrange tool. Now this is an important little announcement here. Anytime it says to unlock the layer, you want to do that because that's just allowing you to edit it. If it's locked, you can't do anything to it. This feature allows you to move the image around, and you may need to use this at times, you may not, but that tool is there for you to use. The crop is the first one that I'm actually going to be using in this video because I have 3 bottles and all I want to do is focus on the green one. So I am going to go ahead and crop out the remaining 2. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the handles, and when I'm happy with it, I'm going to hit enter. From here, I want to add some stuff on top of this. So I know that I'm going to want to put text on top. I'm going to want to put a logo on top. So we're going to work with that. So I am going to skip over some of these tools for right now so that I can show you how to get to that second part. So I'm going to start with text because my bottle already is pretty bare. So I don't have a lot of stuff I need to remove or mess around with. So I can get right into text. So when you click text, it allows you to add new text. Okay, it's pretty big to begin with, but right here is where you can add in your wording. So I'm going to delete out what they had, and I'm going to write the word green. Okay, you have alignment options. You have a ton of awesome font options. You have color, sizing, and then some other options that I'll show you in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and write green. I want to change it to a different type of font. I want to kind of have something a little bit stronger. So I'm going to go with this Brooklyn. You can drag it on the screen to arrange it. There's a toggle here to increase the size. You can also hand type a size and not use the toggle, and then you can kind of arrange it how you see fit. So I like the way this green looks. I'm actually going to change the color, but then add a white background or a white outline on it. So what I can do here is there are color options for me to choose, or you can simply drag and find a color that works for you. One feature I like about this is you can even pick up colors. So if I click the eyedropper tool that was right here, I can go in and say I want to pick up the color of the bottle. I can do that as well. Now you'll notice you can't really see it. So they have some cool stuff on here where you can add an outline color. So I am going to actually add a white outline color, and I'm going to drop the size down just to 2. So you can see it kind of jumps out at you. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to add new text. And I'm just going to repeat these steps, but I'm going to do it with, I'm going to call this drink Green Goddess. So I'm going to line it. And for this, I'm going to find probably more of like a whimsical font, something that maybe looks a little bit more like cursive to go with. And that's something else I suggest to guys is mess around with the fonts and find stuff that, you know, really speaks to you and that you like, you know, that it really embodies what you're looking for the drink. So I'll just go with this one. All right, you can even rotate if you want. I'm going to try and make it as small as possible so that you can still see it on the bottle. All right, now it's important too that you guys don't want to crop it out, so you may have to change the sizing in the toolbar. All right, I'm going to change the color of this in a little bit, but for right now, I like the way it looks, so I'm going to move on. I want to show you guys how to add an additional picture onto your bottle. So to do that, down at the bottom, there's the Add Image. And you can browse their images, you can upload another URL, or you can choose from their stock photos. I'm going to go ahead. I found a logo that I already liked. I just searched wellness. One cool thing you guys can do is on the toolbar, you can drop down the color and say transparent. And all of these images do not have a white background. So I'm going to go ahead and control click, copy image address. Go back over, I'm going to say by URL, and I'm going to paste it in. Now it's going to ask you, do you want to create a brand new document or do you want to work on your current? I want to work on my current. Now notice it's really big. So I'm going to drag it down to size. And I'm going to place it right here on the bottle. Okay, so that's kind of like my logo that I found that I like. I'm going to go ahead and add in another text box. And it's just going to say organic. Let's do veggie drink. It's always important, you guys, that you tell the consumer what they're, you know, what they're getting. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this like 25 because I want it to fit down here on the bottom. But what I think might look nice is once I get it lined up is I might want to put a background color on it. So I'm going to use a background color, but what I'm going to do is use the eyedropper tool right here, and I'm going to pick up this dark pink color so that you guys can kind of have a matching vibe. Now I realize this is too big, so I'm going to go back into text, and I'm going to shrink this down to say 15. There you go. Much better. I'm going to put it right there. Not too bad. The last thing I'm going to put on is I want to put on an organic like logo indicating that this is an organic drink. So I'm going to go back down to transparent. I'm going to find one. So I'll use this one. I like it. I'm going to right click, copy image address, go back over, go back down to add image, go by URL, and load. I'm going to say add to current, and there it is. And I'm going to make it really small, and I'm just going to put it, I don't know, right here in the corner. Probably could have used a different color, but you guys get the idea. Now, the last thing I'm going to add to this to make it, finalized is I want you guys to see these. They're called down here. There's a button where you can click and you can get like different borders, shapes, stickers to add to your bottle. Again, there's so much you guys can do, but I'm just showing you the basic stuff. I'm going to add a sticker in because I'm going to use it as a label. So actually, let me go back. I'm going to use a shape. I take that back. So I'm going to go to geometric shapes and I'm going to look through this list. I know there's one at the bottom that I already like. So maybe I could use this one. All right. Now the thing with this is you guys cannot change the color. So if you like it, you have to like it as is. Now notice it's over. I'm going to move my camera. It's over the actual text. So this is where the layers come into effect. If you click and drag your layer, it changes the order of it. So if I drag this all the way underneath my text and let go, the text now comes on top. So you can drag these layers to change the order in which you see your stuff. Now this isn't looking too bad. Not bad for throwing it together. But this would be a great finished example, a good finished drink. So I could kind of get an idea as to what, you're trying to accomplish with your drink. You give me a good overall vibe of what I could expect if I were to go into stores and see it. So these are some cool features. They're very basic stuff, but can yield a really great result. Really quick before you guys head out, I want to show you, I'm going to close this out and go back home. I do want to show you two tools that I think will be awesome. So I'm going to click this one. If you have a background and you don't like it, you guys can go to cutout, which is awesome. And you can cut out areas of it. I'm just going to show you the magic cutout and you select remove. When you click, it will remove the background. So if you don't like the background and you want to get rid of it, you can simply go to the scissor tool, go to magic cutout and hit remove and just simply click. If you want to remove parts of it, you can simply say, oh, I just want to remove this area, and it removes just that area. If you want to lasso an area and say, oh, I just want to remove the cap for whatever reason, you can remove the cap. Or if you just want to remove like a shape, it'll cut out a shape. So you just need to select what you want to do, remove, and then take care of it. So that's a really cool feature. These are all just to change the coloring and put filters on, so you guys can check that out. This down here is the one that I want to end with. The retouch tool is cool because it allows you, if you say you like this bottle, but you want to get rid of these oranges, okay, and you want to get rid of the word juice. Let's do actually the word. There's a heal and repair button where you guys can simply remove something. So I'm going to go to infill and I'm going to just color over the juice. Now I will tell you it's going to take a second to show up. There's a little bit of a lag. So I'm going to wait and just kind of stare at the screen. And eventually it will go away, I promise. It just takes a second for some reason on my computer for it to register. But you should see it go away eventually. And this feature is nice. Oh, of course. This feature is nice because it removes stuff. Normally it does work, you guys. So you can check it out if you want. There it goes. Okay. So it removes something really easy for you. So that's a cool thing to do. And then the last thing I'm going to show you, this is so weird, but I like it, is the swirl feature. So if you guys want to like swirl something, you can just click and hold it. It's pretty trippy. Just something if you want to add it in. All right, that's it. This is just a review from what I went over in class. So if you weren't here today, This is a good video. One thing I do want to point out is on the agenda, you're going to see a bunch. YouTube has a ton of awesome links. Pixlr has its own channel, and I went ahead and linked some videos, really quick videos that also go over what I talked about today. So I hope you liked it. Good luck. I can't wait to see all the awesome videos that you guys put together.